It's about time to let the world know it's who you are. Step into your higher self. Step into your uniqueness. As much uh, empowerment or depowerment that you might have felt in your past when dealing with your family growing up, dealing with your peers, your circle of friends, or whatever. Now it's time to step into your truth. But damn, how can a motherfucker do that if I'm thinking I'm being myself. I'm thinking I'm being true to the game. But I mean, have you ever like dared to ask yourself just how you learn all the rules of the game? How do you learn with just associating yourself with other people while still maintaining your authenticity? You know what I'm saying? It's it's a subject matter that you have to go back to your past to really find out what you done packaged. And as you done got to this point, look at what you've been packaging as far as emotional ties, as far as how you relate to other people, as far as how you desire to be seen, how do you desire to be interpreted, the shit that you think you're doing, the shit you think you are not good at, strengths and weaknesses. All of those are just thought patterns, basically, programs, different shit from out this matrix that has you doing your autopilot thing. And as you are in your element today, you gotta realize, like, are you really like being true? And remember just like what it is that got you to acting at this point. I remember, sometimes me wilding out in school back then, in high school, it felt, if your homeboy had to go fight with somebody, like, come with me, man, back me up and all that shit. So, you just felt empowered to have somebody backing you. You felt empowered to know that, you just got somebody having your back. It felt powerful to have a cosign. And in your youth, I mean, just people need that, just know how that feeling goes. But remember that the cosigner that you need the most is yourself. It takes you to cosign everything else that you do, that you don't want to let go. So don't tell me that I mean, other people have control over what you do, especially if you have knowledge of that mental chain. You got to just break that shit by rebelling. I ain't telling you to just go all the way left field without you understanding the consequences of everything, but know how you are keeping yourself back when it comes to you just understanding how you have been relating to everybody else, including yourself. You know how it feels like to lie to other people. You know how it feels like to lie to yourself. You do a lot of that shit. I mean, a whole bunch of times, and I've met. I meet with people on a daily. I've met a whole bunch of people throughout my life, and that's the shit that I notice. I pick up on. You don't have to front with nobody. You don't got to front. You don't. Please don't front yourself. You know what I'm saying? I want to know the true you. Don't you want to know the true me? And we can stop all the small talk shit and just talk about this just what it really is. Confront yourself. Check yourself. It felt powerful to have somebody backing you back then, but now, just speaking mantras to yourself, positive things to yourself. Those are the cosigns that you're gonna have to come up with. It's gonna have to come from within. The kind of things that you wanna manifest in life. It all starts with you. Can't nobody else do that shit. They can support you, but you gotta have that original intent. Cause all the supporting that they do is just it's not gonna be for nothing if you just doing it for a front. Like, I think I want to have this. This is what it takes to be successful. This is what it takes to be popular and all that shit. Man, you gotta. Niggas is lost out here, man, and they just have no idea. It ain't just about where you at, but who you is, why you is, how you is. and our this relatability to ourselves. I mean, if we don't have that, there would be no revolution. It would just be something that's cool. It would just be something that's cool to do. And the shit that you're just used to, the shit that you don't want to unpackage, the thought patterns and all that, if you don't put that in check, hey, prepare yourself and your grandkids to follow in the same shit that you're doing. But you gotta, if you're looking for liberation itself, just speak to yourself, dream to yourself, meditate. Get your ass back in nature and learn. I mean, it's going on fast or something. Do whatever you gotta do to break your thought patterns, the things that's been holding you back from being your higher self. We know there's a whole bunch going on in the world today, so fucking what? That still ain't gotta stop you from being you. That still ain't gotta stop you from um just being yourself. Smash my high and all that shit. I mean, y'all do whatever y'all want to do with them. Personally, I don't fuck with them like that. It's futile. But I mean, other than that, who gives a fuck? Nobody really gives a fuck, really, about any of these other minute humane shits. Nobody gives a fuck but you. So you must give a fuck about who you are, and stop worrying about what other people they gonna criticize, but they not in your shoes. They ain't walking your shoes. When they gonna go home and sleep and they bed tonight and think about how much you are different from them. And you can't give a fuck about that. You gotta go home thinking, I didn't lie to myself today. I stayed true to myself, and there was no deceit in any kind of interaction with other people, with other reflections, and the soul itself. Recheck your mentality. You've either packaged so much shit you don't know what to do with it throughout your lifetime, or you just always unpacking and you haven't taken that internal wisdom in with you. Excel and evolve, being yourself. Trust me, you'll be able to sleep easier at night. Your conscience will be a little bit more at ease. You got this. You ain't gotta trust me. Trust yourself though. Stay dangerous. I say.